Good evening everyone, Play45 here. So, the PS5 finally has a game, and that is Astro Bot. So Astro Bot came out like a week ago, and you've all probably either played it or heard about it since everyone is talking about it. This game is getting so much praise from everyone. I don't think I've seen a single bad review for this game. But in this video, I will share my thoughts on this game. Is it good or is it bad? So first off, I might have deceived you with the thumbnail. The game isn't actually great. It's amazing. So this game is kind of just a big expansion of Astro's Playroom, and if you have a PS5, I'm guessing you've probably played that since it came free with every PS5. But I loved Astro's Playroom. I even 100%ed the game, which I don't really do with many games. So when I saw the trailer for Astro Bot in the State of Play earlier this year, I was immediately intrigued. And the game looked so fun from the trailer. And now that this game is out, I can safely say that it's incredible. This game is so incredibly fun from start to finish. But before I continue gushing about this game, let me just tell you what this game is about for the people who don't know much about this game. So Astro Bot is a 3D platformer where you play as Astro Bot, and you and your crew were flying around in space with your PS5 ship, when suddenly a big alien destroys your ship and scatters your crew across different galaxies. So you go through multiple planets in different galaxies to rescue different bots and get parts for your ship back. So the game doesn't have a very complicated story, but it doesn't need one anyways. And I wasn't really expecting a complicated story from this game either. Now I will continue gushing about this game. So this game might honestly be one of my favorite platformers of all time. The platforming itself and the level design is just incredible, and Astro controls amazingly. And this game also feels amazing to play. The game utilizes the DualSense controller to its fullest potential. You can feel every action Astro makes in the controller. You can even feel his footsteps. If this game ever gets ported to PC in like 2 or 3 years, it will not feel the same unless you use a controller. The DualSense controller just makes the game feel so much better, and the gameplay is super fun. As I said, the platforming is incredible, and all of Astro's moves feel great. He can jump, punch, spin, and float for a small amount of time, and it all feels great. But the thing that makes the gameplay much better is all of the different items. So most levels have an item you have to pick up to get through the level. They're all super fun to use, and the items definitely spice up the gameplay a lot. And the game also looks incredible. I love the art direction in this game, and the graphics are just incredible. Sometimes I just look at the grass in the game and I think, wow, I actually want to touch this grass. I just love walking around the environment and just punching everything to see how it looks. And the water in this game also just looks incredible. Some of the best water I've ever seen in a video game. The game is also just super creative and oozing with personality. The enemies are mostly the same from Astro's Playroom, but the new levels and new items just feel so fun and creative. Every level feels unique, and some of the level gimmicks are so fun. And I'm not talking about the items, I'm talking about stuff that happens in just 1 or 2 levels. Like Big Brother for example. Although I don't know if I would really call that a gimmick, but I couldn't find a better word for it. And if you were wondering, this game isn't hard. But I don't think many people were expecting this game to be hard. But I don't mind the easier difficulty, since I'm not always the biggest fan of hard games. Well, it depends on the type of difficulty. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Souls-like games because of the difficulty. But I love games like Celeste and Cuphead, even though they're pretty difficult. Anyways, getting back on track here. Astro Bot has a couple more challenging levels which I find very fun. The like triangle levels, X levels, circle levels, square levels, they're all amazing levels. Kind of hard, but that's what makes them fun. This game also has some amazing boss fights. The boss fights in this game might be some of the most fun boss fights in any game I've played. They're just so incredibly fun. The final level in this game was just incredible. I had a huge smile on my face from the start of the level to the very end. And the final boss was also super fun. And this game also feels like a huge love letter to PlayStation's legacy. There are just so many references and characters from other PlayStation games, and actually some non-PlayStation characters as well. I won't spoil any of the characters since it was fun to find an unexpected character sometimes. And also, the soundtrack in this game is super good. This game has an incredible soundtrack. I don't really have that much to say about the soundtrack, I just wanted to mention it. And also, I actually got a bit emotional from this game. And I did not expect to get emotional from this game. So overall, this game was absolutely incredible. If you have a PS5, I definitely recommend you play this game. I think the game is actually a worthy contender for Game of the Year. And I honestly can't find a single flaw with this game. It's well polished. I don't think I found a single bug throughout my entire playthrough. And it's just a blast throughout the entire game. And it doesn't have a slow and boring start like a lot of other games. It just has a few cutscenes and then it throws you right into the game. This is definitely one of the few games I'm gonna try to 100%. But if you're planning on buying a PS5 for this game, whatever you do, do not buy the PS5 Pro.